Okay, so yesterday I dropped a video sharing what Google said is the top 5 states to buy land really, really cheap. So in this video, we should go ahead and approach purchasing property in one of these states to go ahead and see it as a newbie standpoint, how we find these deals, how to determine if it's a good deal that you could flip or not, and then how to even assess value so you know what to offer on a property to go ahead and make sure you could profit on it when you flip it. So I'm going to break all this down. Let's hop into my phone, but before we do that, I want to share that we created the How to Buy Land Really, Really Cheap video series. You could pick it up this week for only $49. I cover how to assess values in any market, how to go ahead and make offers on properties, 4 ways to go ahead and buy land really, really cheap, how to fund your land deals, and so much more. So any questions on that, go ahead and text me at 440-567-6040 or just directly below in the description. All the details on that course to help you buy properties really, really cheap so you can flip them for profits. But let's go ahead and jump into my phone. And then after that, when we hop back out, stick with me because I'm going to show you 3 different ways I would approach purchasing these and then flipping them to go ahead and maximize profits. Let's get in here. So anytime I'm tapping into a new market, I usually start on Zillow, and this is to determine what's going on in the area and how much they are actually going for. What's the retail price? So I'm starting in Tennessee because that was one of our top 5 states in our video yesterday, and we set the maximum price at $10,000. So we got about a little over 500 listings, and right off the rip, we're starting with some cheap land. Quarter-acre lots for $999, just under $1,000. So we got this in Crossville, Tennessee. So I want to go ahead and see what's going on with this. Why can you get a quarter-acre lot for only $1,000? And it looks like there's all sorts of amenities, which tells me this is most likely an HOA development. Let's scroll down a little bit more once I'm done reading incredibly slow, because that's how I get down. $48 a month for the HOA fee. Now, right off the bat, you're thinking, okay, that's a ticking time clock. Every month I got to come up with $50 before I could even profit, but we're still going to take note on that. That's Crossville, Tennessee, so I'm going to write that down in my notes that you could buy quarter-acre lots there directly off of Zillow for $1,000 before closing costs, and it has a $48 a month HOA fee. So we got 2 acres for $7,500. That's kind of interesting. Wonder what that's all about. There's water on the property, it looks like. So all I'm doing is collecting data. I'm going through all the listings, just searching for it, seeing what people are listing, what you get for that value. It's been on the market for 132 days, it looks like. So it's not super desirable at that price point. Scroll down. Is there any HOAs? Anything I need to know about this? Been relisted a bunch of times. Go ahead and go back to the top. Got Matt Garbadian. Hit me up on crypto news there. Let's see what we got. Let's get back to our search here. All right, here's another one for $1,000, quarter-acre lot. Let's go ahead and see. All right, pictures are buffering. Now let me get out of here. Let me just go to the description there. All right, scrolling down. Got a much cheaper HOA on that, and it's been on the market for 247 days. So I want to go ahead and take note of that as well. $260 a year HOA fee. So that's much more reasonable than the other one, but they are sitting on the market. They're not moving. That doesn't mean we can't have an opportunity here. It's just how we approach that opportunity. So let's go ahead and keep scrolling through. Nothing jumping out at me yet. And this is all I'm doing. For me, what I'm looking for is cheap. I want to see cheap land or gigantic lots really cheap. So I just kind of go through. All right, so there's a half acre for $3,500 there. That certainly isn't a steal in my world, but I do want to see what's going on. That's in Dover, Tennessee, half acre. Got some nice happy pictures going on. So we're going to write down Dover, Tennessee, half acre lots are going for $3,500 on retail. It's been on the market for eons there, and they had a huge, huge discount on this. Yearly HOA of $175 I just saw in there. So we're going to mark down all that. So the annual HOA is way cheaper than the other ones. We're getting better. So what I'm noticing in Tennessee is there is a lot of HOA type properties, and I have made money on these. I don't necessarily recommend starting there, but when we hop out of my phone, I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 different ways you can get these deals really cheap and what my exit strategy would be to go ahead and profit on each one of these. And I just adjusted the settings there to 2,500 to see what pops up. Now, what's going on with this? 17 acres for $1. This is an auction property. So yeah, that thing will skyrocket most likely once it hits the auction. I typically don't waste my time with auction properties because people go into bidding frenzies and it's hard to go ahead and profit on there. We got $1,000 for a third of an acre. Yeah, so that's interesting. We have a lot of these quarter acre type lots for around $1,000, but I know just because it's listed at that, I can add value in this scenario. So let's go ahead and jump out of my phone. I'm gonna give you 3 different ways I would approach this and how I would profit from this. Alrighty, so that was an incredibly fast crash course on how to go ahead and just check on an area, see what's going on within that state, what are properties being listed for, what's going on within the property, and how much time are they sitting on the market. Now, I did say when we hop back out, I would share with you 3 different ways I would go ahead and profit with these types of deals. So, and I may even just do a test to go ahead and get the content piece out of it and share that with you here. So, those 3 deals in Tennessee. 1, I like to test markets when they're new to me. So this is the easy peasy way, and we're not necessarily looking to make money off of this strategy. I'm looking for proof of concept. So all those ones for $9.99, I would just call up the real estate agent and say, hey, you have dozens of listings for $1,000 a pop for these quarter acre lots in XYZ subdivision. There's an HOA fee. What are the ones that are sitting on the market the longest time, and can I pick up 2 of those for $500 a pop? And I'll go back and forth with the agent. They obviously don't want to mess around a whole lot, but they know it's sitting on the books. They want to unload it. They would, ultimately, I think we would come to a deal. So I would try to buy 2 of those for $1,000. I would have 2 lots at $500 a piece with a $48 a month HOA fee. And one thing I didn't show in the video there when I was in my phone, I actually went back and double checked. It's an $11 a year tax bill on those properties. So the tax bill is nothing. That's easy. The HOA fee is the part that is the ticking clock that could, technically bleed you out there. So we have a property for $500 that we have to pay basically $50 a month for taxes and HOA. So that's strategy 1. I'm going to tell you how to exit when it's all said and done here. Strategy 2. I would do a little Google search on whatever that was, Crossover, Tennessee, or whatever it was called, or Crossview, I can't remember. Anyway, I would do a Google search on that town, and I would say HOA companies within that town. I would find out who controlled the HOA, because I guarantee they are sitting on a gang of properties that nobody's paying on, they foreclosed on them or whatever. And the problem with this is that if they're not getting that $50 a month, they can't keep up with the swimming pools, the amenities, the lakes, stocked ponds, whatever they're doing down there for that money. I would say, what do you have sitting on your books right now? Can you send me a list? I would review the list. I would make them offers on the list, because if they don't have properties performing, their whole economic thing that they have set up down there crashes. So I would connect with the HOA companies, say, send me a list of everything you guys own that you need to get performing again, and I would make a deal with them. And you could even be as shrewd as, hey, let me get 5 of these and I'll just start paying the $50 a month. What do you have to lose? You're not making any money right now. Go ahead and make that offer. So you could take down a bundle of them, and you're getting these things just to pay the HOA fee and have them deed them right over to you. Then finally, the last way is I would do direct mail marketing. Clearly, these things are not moving, right? You've seen a lot them sitting on the market for a lot of time there, and they're being sold at $1,000. That means people want out, in theory. So I would say, I would go to offerstowners.com. I would say, send me, or let's go ahead and send 1,000 offers of $100 a pop to everybody that owns property within Crossview, Tennessee, that lives out of state. So all the out of state owners that bought into this development here, I'm going to send every single one of them an offer for $100 a pop for these properties. We'll put 1,000 out there. Hopefully we get a minimum of 10 deals out of that right off the bat. We'll go ahead and get title to them. Then we got to start marketing these things to profit on them. Now, I'm just going to talk about the exit strategy here. There's a couple little steps about getting the deed in there. We could do that in another video, but my exit strategy. We have a property that we've gotten for very little money in the direct mail marketing case, or a property we got for possibly next to no money going directly to the HOA, or properties we're getting for $500 going through the real estate agent. So we have to pay $50 a month. We know this for the taxes and HOA. I would go ahead and create a great listing, and I would do anything from $75 to $99 a month for the monthly payment on this. And I would just stretch it out over 48 months. I would say, and I would actually, if I did the $99, I would even throw in a cool bonus on the front end. So here's what this will look like. Let's go with the $99 a month. I would do a great listing. Tennessee property, blah, blah, blah. Get in on the action. Everybody is leaving their politically corrupt states and heading to Tennessee. Go ahead and invest in this beautiful property that has X, Y, and Z amenities, all this, that, and the other. Obviously, I'm not going to say that, but you know what I'm saying. Go ahead and make it a fantastic listing there. And I say, when you purchase this property today for only $99 down and $99 a month, I'm going to send you a 5-ounce silver bar to go along with your new investment. Now, a 5-ounce silver bar actually cost me $125, but that is a huge give on the front end. It's called a loss leader. So someone's going to go ahead and lay down $200 for a property that, let's say it was the real estate agent property. I purchased it for $500. And let's say $550 because I got to pay that HOA and closing costs. But let's just call it $550 for the video. I'm in it for $550. They're going to go ahead and give me $200 off the bat, and then I'm going to send them a $125 bar of silver. So my total investment, $675, and I got $200 down for the down payment and first month's payment. They will at least stick around for 6 months on this deal because they love me because I hooked them up with a silver bar and all these goodies. And so I'm going to go ahead and get an additional 5 months payment on top of that $200. That's another $500. I'm in it for $700 right now. Out of those months, I am paying the $50 a month. So a little bit of that's going to come down, but I am almost whole in that particular strategy there for, the $500 investment through the agent plus the HOA fees. I hope you're sticking with me on this. So what I'm saying is just because a property seems very undesirable online, you can create an amazing situation for someone that wants to go ahead and move to Tennessee. They're looking for investments. Maybe that is their dream scenario, to live somewhere that has all the amenities and they could pay this not coming out of pocket for $1,000, but you can make easy, simple payments. And I'm going to go ahead and throw you that silver bar. The other way is the $75 a month scenario, whereas I might throw a 1-ounce silver coin or silver bar. People like getting gifts, by the way. Keep that in mind when you're doing your marketing. Say, 75 down, 75 a month plus. If you take action and purchase it within, you could set a timeline on it. Purchase within this time frame, I'll go ahead and send you a 1-ounce American Eagle silver coin to go along with your brand new investment. Go ahead and click the button down below to take action on this. So the one thing I've learned in the industry is when you get into scenarios where there isn't financing available, even on ridiculously cheap properties, when you make a desirable financing plan for the buyer, they will absolutely invest in your properties because they want that easy monthly payment versus coming off of that lump sum. So that's how I would go ahead and test the market, and I wouldn't run away from an HOA property, although it wouldn't be my first option if I was brand new. But I may just go ahead and do a test on this just for the content. I like creating content and testing, see what's possible, what's not possible. So we may jump into that. Now, we've gone deep on this Tennessee game there. The question is, are you actually going to do that? Are you new to the game and you're looking for more strategies on how to buy land really, really cheap? So go ahead and check out the course I created directly below, which shows how to assess values, how to find the great areas, how to go ahead and make offers to get these things ridiculously cheap, and alternative ways to fund your land deals. All that could be down below. And like I said, only $49 this week only. Next week, it's going up to $149. Any questions about the land investment game, go ahead and text me at 440-567-6040. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.